Hi, my name is Becca. Welcome back to Raising Them Simply. Here we share all about our secular homeschool as a family of 5. Today we are going to do a little update video on what we have been doing for the last couple of months. If you are new here, we have 3 kiddos. We've got a almost second grader, a preschooler, and our little 1-year-old. And life has been very busy and very good. So I just wanted to update you guys on how things are going. So we'll start with my first grader. We are just about done with All About Reading Level 1. His reading has been going phenomenally. He's been sitting down on the couch reading his own books. The other day we were reading out of a chapter book and he read 2 or 3 pages out loud by himself. There were a few words there that he needed help with, but he's doing amazing. He's loving reading so much. If you guys have any recommendations for books that maybe your second grader would like or likes to read by themselves, please leave a comment down below. I'm finding a really hard time trying to have enough books available to capitalize on how much he wants to read. So if you have any recommendations, please leave them down below. I would love that. So that's going great. Math is also going great. We're still doing math with confidence. Nothing really has changed there. We're almost halfway through with the first grade math at this point. And then for science, we're doing Seashore Science from Homeschool Glue. In one of my recent videos, I kind of talked about how we realized that we're not really, while we do literature-based learning, kind of like a Charlotte Mason-ish style of learning, how we didn't feel like we were really Charlotte Mason science people. But it's actually, science has been going way better recently than it was at the at the beginning of the school year. I'm not sure if my son's attention to what we're reading is just gotten better or what it has been. Even my preschooler has really gotten into the read aloud for the book for that curriculum. So that's been going really, really great. We still want more of a hands-on type thing, more than what this curriculum is providing, but it's going just fine. The kids are loving that book. Kind of going with that for science. I also mentioned in a previous video that my son's been obsessed with birds lately. So we did get these 2 different books. We've got Birds of Minnesota, the Kids Guide to Birds of Minnesota, and then the Kids Guide to Birds of Wisconsin. So kind of going along with that, we've got the Kids Guide to Birds of Minnesota and then the Kids Guide to Birds of Wisconsin. My son has been obsessed with birds lately, so is my daughter. We take these on nature walks with us and to different state parks that we go to, and my kids are having an absolute blast trying to find the birds out of here that we're seeing on our walks and hikes. We also have a bird feeder right outside our window, and the kids love opening this and seeing what kind of birds we have going on. I will link these books down below, but they're great. They have a really detailed, nice photograph picture. It has a picture of the female and the male, and then it'll tell you what page you could find the male on. And then it has just one quick page kind of synopsis of that bird and what their nests look like. There's one for the wood duck, the great horned owl. And then I'm not sure what other states they have for this. I'm guessing it might be for all of them. I'm not sure. You could take a look. I just got these off of Amazon, but we did get Minnesota and Wisconsin because we go to places in both and we live right near Wisconsin. So some of the birds we can't find on our side and vice versa. So that's why we got both, even though they do kind of overlap a little bit. And then for history, we are still doing the American unit from Little School of Smiths. We are just about to wrap up with the Oregon Trail and heading into the Civil War. We're taking a little bit of pause on that because we did start reading Little House in the Big Woods as well as Little House on the Prairie to kind of help with that. And then one of the kind of field trips we did for that is we went to Pepin, Wisconsin, which is where Little House in the Big Woods originated. They've got a replica of what the log cabin was like. They also have, the town of Pepin has a little museum you can go to and stuff. So we did those, and that was actually really cool because even though we've been there multiple times, now that we've learned about the Oregon Trail, they've got like a wagon that's built in the museum to show kind of what that looked like in the real scale, and my son was able to physically see what that looked like, and it helped really connect a lot of the dots. And I'm obsessed with Laura Ingalls Wilder. I always have been, and it was really cool. We've tried to read the book several times and my son wasn't into it, but he's really gotten into those books recently. And it was neat once he read Little House in the Big Woods to go there and to see those things and go, oh, this is from the book and things, and him connect those dots. So that was really, really cool. We've also done a lot of nature walks and going to different state parks and stuff. We are planning a trip for us to go to Lake Itasca this summer and do tent camping, which we haven't done before with our kids. So we're super excited about that. And we kind of wanted to talk about that, especially when we learned about the Louisiana Purchase and going, you know, over across the Mississippi River and all of that stuff, which we learned in history. And then if you're not familiar, Lake Itasca is in northern Minnesota, and that's where the Mississippi River originates. And my husband and I went there when we were first dating years and years ago, and we loved it there. That lake is so crystal clear, you could see the bottom of it. It's just amazing. So we do plan on doing that here soon with our kids as well. Now for my preschooler. We've actually recently taken a pause following her lead. If you're new here, she is 3.5. We started preschool with her in January. Did not push her to do that whatsoever. She was gung-ho. She wanted to do school like her big brother. And so we just followed her lead, fully expecting that we were going to have to repeat doing things and all that. I think she just wanted to be just more involved when it came to school. So we had purchased the pre-reading level of All About Reading, because we're all about reading household here. It went really great. We went all the way through the letter K, and she doesn't really ask to do school. And so I've asked her a few times if she wanted to do school, and she says, no, I don't want to do school today. And then we just leave it at that. She's been spending a lot of time outside by herself, which is great. We have a fenced in backyard with a huge playground and stuff back there that I can see her from our dining room. And she's been loving going out there by herself, riding her scooter around in the backyard and stuff. And so she's been getting way more into independent playing, which has been a struggle when it comes to our homeschool. We've done different activity bins and stuff like that to kind of help with that. But I think because it's been so nice and stuff, this has been really helpful for her. I also think because my youngest child is 1, she's more around and playing and wanting to do everything that they are doing too. And they've been playing really good together, guys. It's been so nice. So we've been doing that. So mostly for preschool, we're not doing learning letters or anything like that. We're still doing some like counting stuff during the day to, you know, just as it comes up naturally, like let's count how many blocks these are, how many paints do you want, that type of thing. She's been doing painting and art and all that stuff, cutting practice and stuff by herself. She still likes tracing and drawing things. She's doing all of that. So there's no pressure. When it gets to the point where she turns 4 in November, we will for sure pick up things by then. I spoke about this in a recent video, but we don't do unschooling here. It doesn't work for our homeschool. But I also think that it's beneficial for her to know that she gets one-on-one intentional time with mom, even if it's only for 15 minutes, so that we can kind of build up her tolerance and her ability to do school and to make it fun for her to get into that habits. And then, like I said as well, she's been really getting into the read aloud books and asking actually really great questions while I'm reading. And she's been learning a lot from that. And then these books too, she takes one of these books into the backyard, and if she sees a bird, she will try to flip open the page. So she's still doing a lot of early preschool stuff, just a little differently, not doing the letters and such right now. As far as our plans for the rest of the summer, like I said, we are going to take a trip to Lake Itasca to do some camping up there. I'm really hoping for us to do maybe 2 or 3 trips of camping this year. I think my kids are really going to enjoy it. And they've been getting way more into being outside and stuff as we're incorporating more things like the bird watching and more hiking and stuff like that. So we plan on doing that. My son mentioned that he wanted a 3 or 4 week break from school before he starts 2nd grade, which we do year-round homeschooling here. So we don't do like a traditional like break or anything like that usually. I believe last year we took maybe 1 or 2 week break, but to be honest, my kids really need the routine, and it's really helpful if we have that. And so I don't think we took too much of a break off, but we did have like more spaces between where we would do breaks, if that makes sense. So my son, he said he wanted that break. So I said, you know, if we're going to do that break, that means that even if we have something with friends planned later that day, we still have to do school in the morning. And he's been doing great with that. So it's been actually really nice for us to start school earlier in the day, which is kind of a struggle in the winter months around here. Knowing that we're able to do activities later in the day with friends. So that has been really nice. And he's pretty motivated to get that break off, knowing that it's going to be, his birthday is in August, and then planning to start school by like September 1st-ish is kind of our goal, where we level up into 2nd grade. So that's kind of our update and what our plans are for the next couple months. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me know what kind of videos you like around here. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your goals or plans are for the summer, if you're year-round homeschoolers or if you follow more of a traditional schedule, and what your plans are. I would love to know. Hit that subscribe button. It is a free way for you to be notified of future videos, and it really helps support my channel, and I can't wait to catch you guys next time. Bye.